How do you think the passing of Edwin Clark will impact the fight for true federalism? And how do leaders like yourself wish to uphold his vision and the principles that all he stood for?
Well, let me first and foremost thank God Almighty that called him home, and I'm sure he will grant him eternal rest. Amen. And grant us the fortitude and continue to bless his family. He lived and died for Nigeria. He loved Nigeria. And he consistently preached and fought for a better governance of Nigeria based on justice, based on equity, based on care for all. Like I did say inside, we're fast losing the voices, strong voices, that we're able to fight, even at the risk of their life, at the risk of losing everything, refuse to be compromised in speaking the truth, in speaking for justice. And for us, it's now becoming imperative that we have to live their life if we want a better Nigeria.
All right, so now, how do leaders like you hope to uphold everything Edwin Clark fought for and stood for? And how do you think this will impact the political space, especially for his fight for true federalism at this point in time?
For us to remain consistent in speaking the truth, fighting for justice, fighting for equity, fighting for a new Nigeria that is possible.
On the journey into the journey beyond. To your question, the feeling is a very bad one. Though mixed feeling, because in the first place he died an accomplished person. Living up to 97, it's not easy. I'm sure if he has stayed on for another 6 weeks, we'll have clocked 98 years. It's not easy. He has an accomplished person, an elder statesman, not only within the IJaw circles, known to have played a leading role in the unification and development of the South and Nigeria. Is that voice, that irrepressible voice of not only the IJaw people, but also the people of Niger Delta and the minorities across West Africa. That is the monumental figure we are missing. Thank you.
Sir, just your last statement, not only the Niger Delta, but across West Africa. Some of us who are also from the Niger Delta, not IJaws, but we also see Chief Clark as somebody who had this strong voice. His influence extended not just from the enclaves of the Fubara in IJaw, but into the Niger Delta, the uplands, the middle belts, and he had a point to make on national issues across the country. We have a new generation of leaders coming up. What sterling qualities do you think they should emulate from the late Chief Clark?
Okay.
All right, so let me just add to that, so we don't keep asking questions. So with the demise of Edwin Clark, what would you say will become the impact? How do you see his demise impacting Niger Delta's political future as you respond to my colleague's question? Just answer to that also.
Okay, let me take his first. issue of integrity and courage, the capacity to speak truth to power, undiluted truth to power. These are qualities that are very, very difficult to be replicated in anybody at all. But again, to answer your question, Pa Clark died leaving a major vacuum. But we have this belief in God that in the same manner that Pa Clark was raised and prepared for leadership. There is no vacuum in politics, in life at all, right? So we also believe that the natural process will follow in bringing up a leader that will take over from him. How it will come, I don't know. Who will leader be, I don't know. But I know there is already a natural process. There is a natural process that is ongoing. And in no distant time, that vacuum will be covered. There's no doubt about it that it's a big loss, a big vacuum, big shoe, very gigantic shoe. But we know that as time goes on, the Lord will do His will and shall be well with all of us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Niger Delta is going to miss him, and the Nigeria nation as a whole is going to miss our father. Be that as it may, as someone that believes and understands what Pa Clark stood for, we believe and we are still praying that in the shortest period of time, Ijaw nation and the Niger Delta produce someone that will be as fearless as Pa Clark to speak truth to power. Because we are minorities and we know our challenges. Our challenges are peculiar. The Nigerian nation only take us serious when people speak without fear or favor. And Pa Clark has demonstrated that. We are praying and believing that people of his type are going to come to play. We that have undergone his school of thought, we will follow his footsteps. We will be fearless. We will be bold with our statements until the Niger Delta people, the Ijaw ethnic nationality, get what belongs to them and what is rightful for them for the betterment of the future generation. We will continue with his antecedents and activities. We will continue in his footage, and we believe that we will step in times to come about speaking for our people and what Pa Clark believed in. We believe that his demise is not going to stop what he believes, what he stands for, and what he has been advocating for. The younger generation, we will continue to step in his place. It can never be as good as Pa Clark, but we believe we will continue his legacy to make sure that the marginalized people of the Niger Delta, especially the Ijaw extraction, get it right in the Committee of Nations. Thank you.
Well, first of all, we've got to get this clear. Before you talk of Pa Clark's contributions to developments of the Niger Delta, you have to begin with his clear and undeniable contributions to Nigeria. He was a Nigerian statesman, a father of our country, a leader of our country, who led a lot of people in this country. He was a leader of leaders, a father of fathers. Did his best, lived a great life. I mean, you can't possibly ask for more. 97, and strong and active and articulate till the end. So we've all lost a father and a leader of leaders, a father of fathers. So it's a great loss for Nigeria, first of all. A great loss for Nigeria, a great loss for all those who wish Nigeria well, a great loss for humanity. And then you come to the Niger Delta, a great loss for the Niger Delta as well. But before the Niger Delta, a great loss for Nigeria. All of us have lost our leader and father. And that's why you see this, a lot of people here and many more as the news continues to make waves. And it's a celebration of life. Celebration of life. There was nothing he didn't achieve. And I don't think he left anything untouched. So while we have lost a father and a leader, we are beginning the celebration of a great life, well lived, and hope and pray that God should grant him eternal rest on the other side, having worked so tirelessly on this side, without retirement, no leave, no transfer, working hard and serving hard, selflessly, speaking truth to power, saying no when no is the right answer. We've lost a great leader, great father. We've lost actually a moving and breathing library. A moving and breathing library. Custodian of history, custodian of a lot of good things. So we've lost him. But like I said, it's a celebration of life. And come to think of it, he and his great friend and compatriot, Peter Obi, left few days apart, as if they agreed between the two of them after a lifetime of selfless service. They agreed to leave us at this point. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. But it's more than a coincidence. We've lost great leaders and fathers of our country. But I know that they have mentored a lot more. They've mentored a lot of us, including me and several others. These are people whose contributions you can't count. They left a lot of us as their children and mentees. And we are there to keep on their legacies. Thank you very much.
Edwin Clark was like Peter Obi said, so patriotic. He fought for Nigeria, even as old as he was. He fought for Nigeria. He fought for the right thing. I said, what do we do as Nigerians who are still living? The full legacies is left behind. The issue of one Nigeria, the issue of justice, were upheld. I remember when I fought for amnesty for the Niger Delta youths, he supported me. I went to his house and I told him, he called all the leaders in Niger Delta and said, our son Okiro is working for Niger Delta militants for the amnesty. We must support him. This must happen. And then they called a meeting, and that was why I succeeded. So Edwin Clark was somebody who believed in anything, he fought for it. He fought for Nigeria. He must keep fighting for it. We who are alive must support him and do what he fought for.
Okay, sir, can we get to know your name and details?
Ambassador Kem Ajay. I work with the Presidential Amnesty. Incidentally, I just escorted my boss, the administrator, Dennis Otuaro, PhD, and our leader, Chief Matthew. We have just come to respond to the news that broke up yesterday over the demise of our leader, Pa Ike Clark.
For you, what will you miss most from the late chief?
The wise counsel is doggedity in speaking to power, is truthfulness, and even as I just heard from Ambassador Gali that as he was dying, he was saying, I love Nigeria, I love Nigeria. And as a matter of fact, sir, when Pa Adebanjo died last week, in my bed by 3 a.m., I was reading Jude Lycia, who talked about development, and I was saying, you sure Baba will stay a year longer after this great man has gone? So we've really missed a great man. And those of us who were always coming here to drink from his wealth of experience and everything, we have nothing to do. He kept constantly saying, celebrate me when I'm going. So we are not mourning, we are celebrating an icon, an intellectual giant, and a philosopher of our time. And I thank you all, the media, for being here to announce the death of this great man. And God will bless all of you. And I'm sure Nigeria of the dream of Pa Adebayo and E.K. Clark from the southwest and the Niger Delta, south-south, will come true in this time. I hope that President TINUBU Bola will correct all the wrongs and all the things that these two great men have spoken about our nation, Nigeria. Thank you.
It was a runoff. Just identify yourself, sir. You interrupted. Your full name, sir. Your full name, sir. Your designation.
I'm Dr. Dennis Otuari, Special Advisor to the President of Niger Delta and the Administrator of the Presidential Amnesty Program. And our daddy, Pa Clark, is who some of us is one of our fathers, despite the fact that he has his particular family. And he's a warrior father, is someone that really plays serious role in bringing some of us up. And in every day of our life, like me, I seriously look up to him in the time of the struggle. So he's a dependent, a father to the job people. I would say the job people lost a father, and humanity too. We have lost one of our best souls to Mother Earth, and we pray that he lives on. Thank you.
Sir, we know that Chief Clark had this big personality that affected everybody he came across in their own way. For you who's known him from the struggle, just as, like you said, over the years, what is the feeling like for you?
As I said, today, we lost a warrior father. A father that everybody, all the minority, is someone that will believe in. He is a nationalist, a minority right crusader, and someone that believes in one Nigeria all the time of the struggle. We, especially the job people, our struggle over the years is for we to have a fair share in the Nigerian federalism, and that is what Pa Clark to always believe in. He's never one of those that don't believe in one Nigeria, never believe, but they believe in a Nigerian system that everybody should have their own rights, and that is why I said he's a right activist. And over the years, the Nigerian struggle, as you see, that Pa Clark played his role as a father. It's a struggle for people asking for water, hospital, good road, equitable distribution of amenities for the communities. So, and it's someone that all of us we looked up to over the years while we're in the trenches.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.